catastrophic breakdown at the 100 episode level. Phil Collins has to make a lot of decisions that many of the people that he works with will not agree on. But are they coworkers or are they family? Find out here on Nephilim Entertainment. What is up, fellow agents? What is up? I'm your host, S.H.I.E.L.D. You're watching Nephilim Entertainment. Thanks for tuning in. And this is our coverage of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Episode 12, The Real Deal. Okay, we have done it. 100, that's 100 episodes. Count them, love it. So, what better way of sort of doing the 100 episode? How about a rift in time and space? Yay! We haven't done that before, right? I mean, they've done pretty much everything else, so why not? Now, I have to say, when I saw Lash, season 3, Inhuman, Dr. Andrews, May's ex-husband, Lash, when he pops up, I'm thinking, okay, we have ourselves a tear in the space-time continuum that leads to the afterlife. Well, that's something new, and honest to God, I was fine with that. Legit, I was fine. Would love to see some of the old villains that had been killed off come back. Hey, why not do something a little original and actually have some villains that appeared in movies pop in too? Yeah, but I like how it's pointed out that out of all this catastrophic talk and the possibility of quaking in the world, what if it was S.H.I.E.L.D. itself that actually ended the world? Oh, the irony. So, this is going on. We have Mac and Yo-Yo, and I love Mac and Yo-Yo's little story because, in a way, they are in love, but it's not overbearing, and it's actually legit. I mean, it's none of this Romeo-Juliet kind of love style. They're both bullheaded, both stubborn, and they're both trying to look out for the other, and they're being stubborn towards each other. I honestly think it sounds like a legit love story. But the one thing that I wish they would cover more is the fact of what Yo-Yo talked to her future self about. I mean, everything's pretty much fallen into place. It's almost becoming an inevitability. I mean, that in itself is a little eerie. But we'll get more on that later. And we got Deke and Daisy. Apparently they're having themselves a nice little bonding moment, or at least Deke thinks so. Daisy, not so sold on it, but whatever moment they were having, we'll never know, because that's when a Kree warrior shows up out of nowhere. Wait, the blue people are starting to show? Could this get any worse? Okay, it's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Of course it can. Why not? Apparently this little space terror isn't into the afterlife. No, it's more into a realm that generates and feeds upon your fear. So basically, it's a dimensional portal to what Scarecrow and DC's powers are. Yeah. I would have stuck more with the whole afterlife kind of image. I mean, could have brought back some interesting characters. I definitely would have loved to see Whiplash in an episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Who's with me? Alright? Yeah. So, the portal needs to be shut. And of course, Fitz comes up with a surprising scenario. We're going to set off a bomb or some form of boom-tastic device that's going to explode, but it might sacrifice one of the people. Why does it always come down to the sacrifice play? Always. It is so cliche. So cliche. Hey, let's set off a bomb. Wait, one of you might not survive. Oh, look, you survived. Well, we learned a valuable lesson about explosives, didn't we? Run in slow motion away from the explosion. Gets them every time. Yeah, ratings go up. Fans go, yay. And I go, ugh. But anyway, yeah, apparently Phil's going to make the sacrifice play. Of course. But he lets his little secret out. Apparently Phil's dying, but he's not just dying like Iron Man, because that's what I got when I was seeing that. I was like, oh, it's a shout out to Iron Man 2. The road rash is back. It's an epidemic. No, no, no. Kind of find out when he last season made a deal with Robbie Ray's Ghost Rider. Apparently, whatever voodoo that kept him together, kept him alive, alien voodoo that is, was taken away from him as a cost to using Ghost Rider. So now Phil is literally sort of just crumbling away. I wouldn't say crumbling away. He's just, going to stop like a toy when its batteries die. So, ironically, our favorite action hero is just going to eventually just fall over like his batteries don't run dry. Ugh. Of course, Daisy. I love Cleo's acting. This chick can take a moment, and I almost wanted to bawl. I mean, Cleo is just that. Ooh, I mean, she gives a performance. I don't know why this chick has not won an award for her acting. Cleo, you got my vote. Honest to God. I mean, the way you portray this scene, Daisy, she wasn't crying in a manner that was like a spoiled brat towards an authority figure. She wasn't crying like a chick to a lover, of course. She wasn't crying in a manner that made you think she was pissed off at her boss. No, she was crying and talking to him like a little girl talks to her father. And that definitely is a big shout back to the whole father-daughter relationship that Philip Collins and Daisy Johnson have had since the beginning. He's taken her, under his wing, molded her, shaped her, and he actually wants her to be sort of the, I guess you could say, symbol of S.H.I.E.L.D. Daisy feels like it's a lost cause. Phil is adamant about keeping S.H.I.E.L.D. alive. I definitely hope so too, because I really like the show. But Daisy, she's not too sold on it right now, and she's more wanting him to take up the mantle because she doesn't feel like she's worthy to take up the mantle that he presents. And I love that too, because you don't see too many people Daisy Johnson shows unquestionable loyalty and unquestionable respect to. I mean, she will show a certain level of respect or love towards, but to give her all to somebody, that says a lot about Daisy Johnson and a lot about Philip Collins too. I mean, whatever this man has done, he has stepped above and beyond and has earned their Quake, the destroyer of worlds, respect. Sorry, Daisy. But Henderson, of course, General Henderson is on the hunt, and she's trying to track down our people. Surprise there, right? Yeah, this chick's gonna be a thorn on our sides. I'm seeing a big climactic, pointless fight, and I see her leading the charge. Go figure, right? But while this is all taking place, Philip talks to May. Mommy and Daddy are having a talk now, and apparently she's a little bit more stumped by the fact that he just seems like he's giving up, and he's not necessarily giving up, he's just made peace with the thought. I mean, he is living on borrowed time. I mean, he's not even supposed to be alive. He died at the hands of Loki at the beginning of the Avengers, for all those who didn't know. And now for him to actually have a ticking clock attached to him, I mean, it's bound to happen. Of course, I love what he says to May. He has made peace with death, but he's not in a hurry to come find it, which is a lot said. And, of course, it also comes out that apparently the whole May and Phil thing, I don't know what the shippers call it, but apparently they both sort of see this going on. So, to all the fans, if you want it to happen, Philip Collins needs to find the gift of immortality, because it's not going to happen otherwise. May's stubborn and bullheaded just like him, and I've got a feeling that the season's at least going to end with a kiss. At least. If they don't hook up, they're going to at least kiss. Bound to happen. And I noticed something too when I was watching those two. I noticed the only time May ever smiles, legitly smiles, I mean, actually shows that beautiful smile of hers, is when she's around Philip Collins. Has anyone else besides me noticed that? Has anyone else? Please leave me a comment down below. I will go on like a little school, like a little fangirl. I promise. It is just, I noticed that with, I mean, you never see, I mean, she smiled a little bit with Andrew, a little bit, not a lot. She smiled more before the incident with the little girl. You know what I'm talking about? I can't remember the place, but it's where she earned the name Calvary. Uh, she smiled a little bit with Andrew before the incident, and then after the incident, she stopped smiling. Even when they were trying to rekindle things. And what was it, season 2? Season 3? One of the seasons? I think it was season 3. Yeah, season 3. Season 3. She tried to rekindle things. She didn't smile very much. But when Phil was around, chick smiles a lot. Anybody else noticing that? Miss Warrior Princess is smiling a lot around Philip Collins. Dude, work it. That's all I can say is work it. But in the midst of all this, Phil actually jumps into the dumps into the place where the void is happening, where your entire nightmares are coming to life. And when he gets there, he runs into somebody I didn't expect. Mike Peterson, aka Deathlock. Yeah, that's a shout back to season 1. I mean, I'm not really seeing sort of the hell's going on here kind of thing. I mean, what is this all about? Can anyone tell me? I mean, we have Deathlock coming out here. Well, apparently, Phil is dreaming. Yeah, that's right. Apparently, according to Mike Peterson, all this is just a big fantasy, that there's no S.H.I.E.L.D, that Phil is nothing more than a history teacher, and everybody else is just people of his imagination. Sucks, right? That, look, that would be a hell of a way to end the series right there. Oh, guess what? It was all just a dream. There was no Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It was all just an imaginary thing. He's still on the table. That, how many fans will be mad? But it does lead up to a nice little collaboration of everything that's happened up to season 5. Sort of a shout back to all the villains, all the bad guys, and just pretty much everything that Coulson's been through with everybody. Quake, May, Mac, Yo-Yo, even characters that are no longer here, like Triplet, or is it Triplet? Yeah. Then you got Robbie Reyes. See, you got Lincoln. I mean, you got all these characters that have come and gone on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I mean, to make it to the 100th episode is mind blowing. But not just that. I mean, they really hit some tough spots right here during a sequence. And I have to say, I was tearing up a little bit because the whole idea, and Phil struggling with keeping a grip on reality and realizing that he has people that care about him, that people that love him. I mean, it's a really big mic drop moment for Phil. But I like how Deeks does come back, and he comes back with backup. Guess who it is? Peterson. Yeah, the original Deathlock. So when he goes in to save the day, it's got to trip up Phil just a little bit. So they manage to save the day, of course. You know, a little action-packed fighting, flip here, flip there, rocket launcher to the face. Yeah. Shooting to the face. Yeah. Check and check. So that's it. Portal is somewhat closed right now. We can all settle down, kick back, relax. What's the best way to celebrate this save the day moment? Apparently, Fitz has an idea, but he's stalling. Why is he stalling? Oh, that's right, he's getting married. Yeah, remember when he proposed, or Gemma proposed, whoever proposed? They are now getting married. And I love during the marriage because there's a little back and forth between Deke and Mike. It's just the whole, so you're cyborg. Yep. You're from the future? Yep. I that is an odd, but yet I would love to see the pair up between Deeks and Mike Peterson. That to me, I mean, that right there, season 1, season 5, new people, old people meeting together, having some wild adventures. That would be a spinoff I would love to see right there. But there was something else I was going to cover. Something else. What was it? Had something to do with the general. She's doing genetic testing on Deke, trying to find out who he is. He has some genetic markers. What is it? Oh, that's right. And I called it, and I hope to God it's in one of my previous episodes. That way people won't think I'm making shit up. But apparently, Deeks is none other than the possible grandson, that's right, grandson of none other than Fitzsimmons. Yeah, Deeks is their grandparents. And I love how he sort of drops a little teaser when he's talking to Mike because the ring he picked out looked a lot like his grandmother's ring that his mom used to carry around. It's both like an epiphany kind of moment, and another inevitability thing. Oh God, the world's gonna end. What do we do? Right, up next for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's all about saving Phil. All about that. I will say this though, when I was watching the little clips for the next episode, I did notice that Phil had a nice little orange hue. Is that a callback to the Ghost Rider? Will we see Robbie Reyes yet again? I hope so. When it came to the Ghost Rider story arc, it was one of my favorites simply because we were starting to introduce the supernatural to the Marvel Universe. It helped that around the time Doctor Strange came out. But I would love to really dive more into the supernatural part of the series. I mean, right now Netflix has got the whole Iron Fist thing going. Not really big into the mystics unless you follow the Defenders story, which I have a review on that. If you go to my video page, I'll possibly put a link up here. But yeah, I really wish they would introduce more to the supernatural side of Marvel because they have a lot of storylines. I mean, you can introduce Morbius, Blade, a bunch of characters. Not just from the vampire parts, but just a bunch of all-around characters that you can have that can sort of slip in and out, between the tech, between the science fiction stuff. It would be nice to see some new supernatural things, but that's my opinion. But that's going to be a wrap for me. Be sure to give me a thumbs up down below and post a comment being all friendly. Be sure to subscribe to my page and stay tuned to the end of the video for more content. But up here, would you like to see some more supernatural stuff? Would you like to see something other than science fiction-y kind of futuristic stuff, but more of the supernatural, ghosts and ghouls and whatnot? Let me know up here. But I am Manager L, and you're watching Nephilim Entertainment. To all you daydreamers and creators out there, keep your heads in the clouds. Peace.